oh Tannenbaum, hier kommt mein Bundesliga, latest predictions. That's right, folks, back once again with another Bundesliga prediction update. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Bundesliga related, Blackburn Rovers related, Whoa Football all here under one Roski. That's right. Double match week out in the Bundesliga this week. Games coming at you on the 17th and 18th of December. And then we're going to go again on the 20th. Through to the 22nd. But anyway, let's take a look at how we all got on this week out in the Bundesliga. That's right, prediction-wise, we have a new leader at the top of the table, and we'll show you who that is in just a second. And it ain't Gladbach no more, it ain't Dortmund, and it ain't Bayern. Can you guess who it is? Of course you can. So this is the criteria I'm going to judge you, and I'm going to judge myself on. If you get 0 to 3, you're in the shit-face gang. 4 to 5, you're in the straight-face club, and if you get 6+, you're in the top banana. I can't remember if there's any top bananas this week, we'll see. Anyway, to kick it all out, in fact, I think I might be a top banana. I just realised I might be a top banana. We'll have a go. So Hoffenheim lost at home to Augsburg in a 6-goal barnstormer. Augsburg picking up 4-2 victory. Actually went with a 3-1 win for Hoffenheim, so I got that one wrong. But not to be outdone, Bayern München against Werder Bremen was a 7-goal thriller, with Bayern coming out on top. 6-1 winners. Actually went with just a 2-0. Realistically, that should be a wrong, but I got it right. Jurgen Klinsmann's Hertha Berlin beat Freiburg 1-0. Actually went with a 2-1 win. So that's not too shabby indeed. Mainz lost at home to Dortmund 4-0. So big win for Dortmund away from home. I actually went with a 4-1 win on that one. Köln picked up the victory against Bayern Leverkusen 2-0. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Leverkusen. So I got that one wrong. Paderborn against Union Berlin was a 1-1 draw. Actually went with a 2-2 draw. So I'll give myself a big pat on the back for that one. Düsseldorf lost at home to Leipzig 3-0. Actually went with a 2-1 win on this one. My boys Mönchengladbach did lose to Wolfsburg. So maybe just already the title dream is over. 2-1 loss to Wolfsburg. Actually went with a 3-2 victory for Mönchengladbach, and Schalke did pick up the victory against Eintracht Frankfurt 1-0. Actually went with a 2-1 win on this one. So I'm looking for 6. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right, boys. So I am in the top bonanza. Who's with me? Who's with me, brothers? Let's have a little look at who is with me. Nathan Heaver is not with me. He's in the straight face gang. Okay, he did okay for himself this time out. Yannick Buster also. Shit face club for you, sunshine. Cody Cahoe, not too shabby. Christian 04, not too bad indeed. Christian Sanchez also joins Yannick Buster in the shit face gang. King Baba, not too shabby. Ultra Oma Mura, not too bad indeed. Reed did okay for himself. We are QPR, also not too bad. Alia Petra, not too shabby. Omar G Monday also did okay. Johnny talks Bundesliga. Does he talk Bundesliga? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There he is, straight face gang. And Mohamed Nuru, shit face gang, with an edit. Respect to you, brother. Because he could have edited and you go, you know what? I'm getting all these wrong. I'm bugger that. I'm going to change these bastards. Sergio Patilio Cortez, also in the shit face gang. So a couple of you guys in there. We've got one left. Hergula Aka Fresh Tea. Also not too shabby indeed for him. All in his lonesome. He's got a whole screen to himself there. Dance for me, baby. Anyway, so let's take a look at the table as is. It looks like this. Leipzig are leading the way. Mönchengladbach are 2 points adrift. 4 points off the top is Dortmund. Schalke are, 5 points adrift in 4th. And Bayern are a whopping 6 points off Leipzig. Top table. Could it be the year Leipzig bring them the glory? Down the bottom is Paderborn, Köln, and Düsseldorf in that relegation dogfight at the moment. Freiburg. Have the wheels come off? I bloody well think so. Look at Klinsmann's Hertha Berlin, up to 13th in the table. Let's take a look at what's going on this weekend, or this midweek, should I say, kicking off on Tuesday. Got to get these babies in. Summer kicking off on Tuesday. Werder Bremen against Mainz. I'll get straight into it. The bookmakers' odds on this one, 4 to 5 for Werder Bremen, 16 to 5 for Mainz, 29 to 10. The draw, so Werder Bremen are favourites coming into this. They're actually coming into this beneath Mainz at the table. Werder Bremen are 15th, Mainz are 14th. Bremen have actually lost 4 of the past 5. Mainz have also lost 4 of the past 6. So slightly better form for Mainz, but away from home might be a different story. Let's take a look at these two in a bit more detail. The last 6 occasions between the two sides have actually gone 3 in favour of Werder Bremen, 2 for Mainz, and 1 draw along the way. This match last season ended as a 3-1 win for Bremen. Goals coming from Max Kruse, got himself a couple. Milo Rasia also got the other. Robin Quaison got the consolation. For Mainz, Robin Quaison, that name rings a bell. Is he now playing in England? No. He's in the Swedish team, Swedish national side. That's why he's in there. So Mainz have actually lost 13 of their last 16 away matches. Werder Bremen have actually seen over 2.4 goals in their last 4 matches against Mainz in all competitions. So they like to score goals against these bad boys. Will they find the back of the net on multiple occasions this time out? A win for Werder Bremen could see them rise from 15th all the way up to 13th. A win for Mainz could see them rise also up to 12th. I'm actually going to go with Werder Bremen on this one. I'm going to go with the bookies form, and I'm also going to go with the recent form book between these two sides. So Werder Bremen will take it 2-1 win, and again that should rise up the table into mid echelons, and I put a bit of a question mark over Mainz's dependability for the Bundesliga this season. Next up we have a big one. It's probably the biggest game of the midweek. It is Dortmund up against Leipzig. It is third place against top spot out in Dortmund. Good chance for maybe Mönchengladbach to get back into it. Good chance for the chasing pack to get back into it as well. Let's take a look at this match in a little bit more detail now, shall we? Before that, bookmakers odds, I'll throw them your way. 6-5 for Dortmund, 21-10 for Leipzig. Very, very close margins there. 27-10 the draw. So but it looks like Dortmund are slight favourites on this one. Last 6 between the two sides. 3 for Dortmund, 2 for Leipzig. 1 win, 1 draw between them. Last time out, or this time last season, it was a 4-1 win for Dortmund, with goals coming from Dahoud. Dahoud got the goal, Witzel, Royce, and a big fat OG, Marcel Sabitzer. The only goal for Leipzig came from Jean-Kevin Augustin. In fact, they did the double over Leipzig last season. They also beat them 1-0 away from home. Leipzig do come into this top of the table, 33 points on the board. A win for Dortmund, though, could see that lead get squashed down to just 1 point. But we'll have to wait and see. So it's a big one. It's a monstrous one. I do fancy Dortmund on this one, but I can't remember what I went. I actually went with Leipzig. I actually went with Leipzig on this one. I think this could be the turning of the tide between maybe the powerhouses over in Germany. Obviously, Bayern still without a manager. Dortmund, I think I had them long term backed to win the title this time out. But Leipzig look good right now. They've got the bit between the teeth. They're on a nice, good run. I think what's their form at the moment heading into this? Yeah, won at least 6 games on the spin. Dortmund's form is not great. They're actually it's not as good as others, but they have actually won the last 3, so they may have turned a massive corner since the defeat back against, who did they lose? They lost to Bayern last. Their last defeat was back in the start of November. But Leipzig have got it at the moment. They've got their mojo. They've got the tails up. They look good. They look pretty much unstoppable at the moment. But something will stop them. If anything, it will be this game. But I've gone with a 5-goal thriller. And again, in favour of Leipzig. So, next up we have Augsburg up against Düsseldorf. This is one of those sort of, could be a relegation scrap in there at the end of the day. Again, taking place on Tuesday the 17th of December. The last 6 between the two sides. 3 wins for Augsburg, 3 wins for Düsseldorf. This match last season, though, ended up as a 2-1 win for Düsseldorf. Back in 2011, there was a 5-2 victory when Augsburg hosted them. So that was a goal bonanza on this one. Bookmakers odds on this, they go 70-20 on for Augsburg, 29-10 the away win, 29-10 the draw on this as well. Augsburg actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 home matches, so there's got goals in them. But Düsseldorf actually conceded at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 matches. So it looks like a potential 2-0 win for Augsburg on this one. Augsburg actually come into this table in 11th spot. A win there could see them rise to at least 8th. A win for Düsseldorf, who currently find themselves in that playoff spot, the dodgy playoff spot, could see them rise from 16th all the way up to 13th on this one. Going to go with Augsburg, though. Like I said, the stat there of scoring at least 2 goals, and it goes in favour of Düsseldorf as well, conceding at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 games. So the writing's on the wall, potentially for another defeat for Düsseldorf. Union Berlin actually turned out to be a surprise package this season, sitting nicely in 10th at the moment, up against Hoffenheim, who are, where are they? They're just above them, actually, 1 point above them in 9th. Hoffenheim's form heading into this, though, without a win in 4. well. Union Berlin come into this, though, 4 wins out. In fact, 1 defeat out of 6, if you want to open it up in a good-looking way for Union Berlin. Also taking place on Tuesday, the 17th of December. Bookmakers odds 7-5 for Union Berlin, 2-1 for Hoffenheim, 12-5 the draw if you're a betting man. In fact, this is going to be the first occasion that these two sides have duked it out. Some facts for Union Berlin have actually kept a clean sheet in their last 4 home matches. They've actually won their last 4 home matches as well. Heading into this. A win for Union Berlin, did I say this? Could go as high as 8th, yep. And a win for Hoffenheim could also see them go to 8th. Hoffenheim have been very disappointing so far, obviously competing on multiple levels out in Europe. I think, are they out now? I think they crashed out of Europe. I can't remember. I can't remember where they what tournament they were in. I don't think they were in the Champions League. In fact, were they in even Europe? Edit. So Hoffenheim's form heading into this is the deciding factor for me, but they are a stronger unit, and I think they might have a goal in them, but I'm going to give the big fat victory, maybe a surprise, to Union Berlin, because their form is absolutely tremendous, and they actually surprised me so far this season, and that win could see them rise 2-1 victory to at least 8th, depending on what goes on with Wolfsburg against Schalke. We'll see. But next up we have another mouth-watering clash. It is Bayer Leverkusen up against Hertha Berlin. This game takes place on Wednesday the 18th. The last 6 between the two sides, 4 wins for Leverkusen, 2 wins for Hertha Berlin. This match last season ended up as a 3-1 win for Leverkusen, with goals coming from Kevin Volland and Kai Havertz getting a double. Jordan Torreanga getting the goal for Hertha Berlin. Heading into this, in fact, some facts for you. Leverkusen have actually won 5 of the last 6 home matches against Hertha Berlin in all competition, and have actually scored at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 home matches against Hertha Berlin. So they'd like to score a couple of goals against these bad boys. Over the history books. The bookmakers odds 11-20 on for Leverkusen, 24-5 for Klinsmann's Berlin, 10-3 the draw. Leverkusen currently find themselves in, where are they these days? 7th in the table, 25 points on the board. A win for them could see them get into the Champions League spots, up to as high as 4th. A win for Berlin, who currently find themselves in 13th, could see them rise to 12th. Form-wise, though, Hertha Berlin still trying to get out of their recent run of terrible results. Unbeaten in 2. Heading into this, Bayer Leverkusen, though, losing last time out, but before that, 4-game unbeaten run. Unfortunately, I love Klinsmann. Klinsmann's one of my idols, but he's going to lose this game against Bayer Leverkusen, 3-1 in the end, and that should potentially put them knocking on the door once again for Champions League football. Okay, so next up we have my boys, Mönchengladbach against Paderborn. Very, very disappointed with the result last time out for Gladbach losing to Wolfsburg. But this is the game, I think, of all the games laying on the table, this one is what they would want to respond to. Because a win today in this game, and maybe a defeat by Leipzig, could see them go back top of the table, which is what I'm hoping. The last 6 occasions between these two sides, though, 3 wins for Gladbach, 3 for Paderborn, so they're not no monkeys against Mönchengladbach. But the last time that these two sides did duke it out was back in 2015. It was a 2-0 win for Mönchengladbach, with Fabian Johnson and Patrick Herrmann on the goals. I think Fabian Johnson is still a Mönchengladbach player. This is going back at least 4 years. So let me... he is. He's 32 years of age now. What about Patrick Herrmann? Where's he playing his football these days? Is he actually still playing football? Googling him, just to let you know. He is still. He's 28 years of age. Patrick Herrmann. So these boys know Paderborn well, and they scored against them not only 4 years ago. Paderborn's biggest victory over the recent years was just a 2-0 win back in 2012. It looks like it might have even been in a cup or something like that. So, Mönchengladbach actually won their last 6 home matches, so their home form is good, and they've actually scored 2 goals in the last 6 home matches as well. So, they do tend to score a couple of goals at least when playing at home. Bookmakers odds on this one, 27-100 on for Mönchengladbach, 9-1. The away win, 5-1. The draw. A win for Mönchengladbach could see them rise to top of the table to 34 points. A win for Paderborn, who currently find themselves bottom of the table, could see them rise to 16th, and that'll get them into the playoff spot. They're actually just 1 defeat out of the past 4 for Paderborn, but will they lose this time out? Of course they will. Mönchengladbach will put 3 past them at least, and again, potentially could go top of the table with the defeat for Leipzig, but I've got them winning, so it doesn't look like they're going to go top of the table. Next up, we have Wolfsburg up against Schalke. Now, Wolfsburg up to 8th after that victory against Mönchengladbach. Schalke up to 4th, again, also with a victory. Schalke looking good at the moment, just 1 defeat out of the past 6. Heading into this, a win for them this weekend could see them go to 2nd. A win for Wolfsburg could see them rise to 6th from 8th. the last 6 between the two sides. Let's take a look at that in just a second. But the bookmakers, there you go, 7-5 for Wolfsburg, 21-10 for Schalke, 11-5 the draw. So Wolfsburg looks to be favourites on this one. The last 6, though, 1 win for Wolfsburg, 4 for Schalke, 1 draw along the way. This match last season, despite their shitty season, Schalke, they did pick up a victory against Wolfsburg, 2-1 in the end, with goals from Daniel Calgary, getting them a double. And Elvis was on the score sheet for Wolfsburg. Elvis Rejbeka. That was actually the game over in Schalke. If you want to take a look at the one at Wolfsburg, it was a 2-1 win for Wolfsburg with goals from John Brooks and Daniel Kinczek. The only goal for Schalke that day was Nabil Bentaleb from the penalty spot. Nastasic got himself sent off on that occasion. Despite the chunk in the table between these two sides, it's going to be a tough old game. But I'm giving it to Schalke to take home the victory. They'll get this will be a massive win for them. They could potentially leapfrog Mönchengladbach if they were to somewhat slip up against Paderborn. And also with Dortmund potentially losing to Leipzig, they could see them rise a couple spots higher than just 4th spot, but looking good none the same. Moving on to Frankfurt up against Köln this weekend. It's also on Thursday. Where are you, Frankfurt versus Köln? There you are. These are late night matches as well over in Germany. The last 6 between two sides, 4 wins for Frankfurt, 2 wins for Köln. Last time out was back in 2018. It was a 4-2 victory for Frankfurt, 6-goal thriller with goals from Ante Rebic, Marco Reus, Simon Falete, and Marius Wolf for Frankfurt, and Simon Terode, getting the 2 goals for Köln. Köln have actually lost 11 of the last 13 away back matches in the Bundesliga, but Frankfurt have actually won 4 of their last. They've actually won their last 4 home matches against Köln in all competitions. So they should fancy the chances against this one. Home form, though, let's take a look at home form here for Frankfurt. They're actually pretty decent. Not so long ago. However, they come into this with 3 games without a home win in all competitions, whereas Köln, though, have actually got 5 games, 5-game losing run when playing away. So it's not looking great for Köln heading into this. The bookmakers, they go with, on this soccer, 8-11 on for Frankfurt, 15-4 the away win, 14-5 the draw. A win for Frankfurt, who find themselves in 12th spot. Could see them rise to 9th. A win for Köln, who find themselves in 17th spot, could see them rise to 15th. Frankfurt's form is very, very scary. Köln have actually got a better form on the grand scheme of things. But I'm going with Frankie. 2-0 win for them bad boys. And that, again, could hopefully rise them up the table. And then wrapping it up, it'll be Freiburg up against Bayern München. Now, this usually and typically would be a one-sided away win. But Freiburg are actually 2 points beneath Bayern heading into this table. Their form is actually a little bit dubious at the moment, just 1 win out of the past 4, so they're on the slump. Bayern, though, 2 wins at the past 4, if you want to look at it like that. So 2 points separate the two sides in the table, 2 points separate the two sides in the form book. Heading into this, though, the last 6 has been 4 wins for Bayern, 2 draws along the way. However, last season, both home and away, Freiburg managed to pick up a point against Bayern, so they'll be fancying their chances. Bayern actually undefeated, though, in 14 of the last 15 matches, away matches against Freiburg, so they fancy the chances as well. But Freiburg have actually won their last 3 home matches in the Bundesliga. So a couple of little contrasting facts there. Bookmakers go with 11-1 for Freiburg, 6-1 the draw, 2-9 on for Bayern. A win for Bayern, who currently find themselves in the Europa League spots with 27 points, could see them rise to 3rd. A win for Freiburg could see them leapfrog Bayern into 4th. Is there going to be a brave man out there that's going to go for Freiburg on this one? It's not me. It's not bloody me. I'm going with a 3-1 win for Bayern. It just baffles me to see Freiburg up this high in the table. It really does. But Bayern, again, are having a terrible season at the moment. It's just a shit show. But they can still win the league. They're having such a nightmare season. Look at, they've lost 3 of the past 6, Bayern, but they could still end up winning the league quite comfortably in the end. Once they get their stuff in the background sorted out, they could clip into top gear, and you know what, they'll run away with this league. It's very. In fact, let's do something a little bit off the cuff here, and actually have a look at the odds for the Bundesliga, because obviously Bayern find themselves, where are they in the table? They currently find themselves in 5th. Leipzig are top dogs. So despite München being 5th, they are still 7-4 on to win it. Leipzig 10-3. If you want a punt at Mönchengladbach or Dortmund, they are Dortmund's 8-1. Mönchengladbach are 16-1. Schalke 66-1. You know, never have I ever been tempted by a cheeky wee bet as Schalke, because look at them right now. They're not that far off. They're 5 points off. Leipzig. They're actually, anyway, folks, let's just say these predictions work out the way they do. This is what the table would look like. Leipzig will be top of the table with 36 points. Mönchengladbach will be in second with 34. Schalke in third. Bayern will be in fourth. Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen occupy the 2 Europa League spots. Down the bottom would be Paderborn, Köln and Düsseldorf in the relegation dogfight. Heading into the next match day, which is just around the corner. We'll have the latest round of predictions probably Wednesday/Thursday, so make sure you check that sucker out. But in the meantime, make sure you get your own picks in nice and early for this festiveness, that is the Christmas wind down. Obviously winter break is around the corner. I think from Sunday the 22nd onwards they're going to take a little bit of a back seat, the old Bundesliga, but we'll keep you up to date before and after then. Anyway, until then, get your predictions in nice and early, smash that thumbs up, and of course smash subscribe if you're very, very new to the channel, because they've got it all here, baby, under one rooski. I'm out. Until then, I'll see ya. Many Crimbo. Ciao. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.